In the world of personal growth, there's one classic that has withstood the test of time and continues to inspire people worldwide to improve their social skills. With over 30 million copies sold and translations in at least 36 languages, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People has been a must-have on bookshelves around the world since 1936. Famous leaders like Sir Winston Churchill and Warren Buffett have praised the book for guiding their leadership styles and improving their personal and professional relationships, helping them achieve great success. But why this book? What makes Dale Carnegie's work stand out? Credited by Time magazine as one of the most influential books of all time, how does a book from almost 90 years ago continue to inspire and influence millions of people today? Before exploring its insights, it's important to understand why this book was created and to learn about the author behind its life-changing advice. You see, Dale Carnegie was not born into a powerful or wealthy family. In fact, he grew up on a farm in a small town in northwest Missouri, and as a child, it was his job to milk cows each morning before going to school. He hated doing farm work and being poor though, so he went to university and learned the power of public speaking by participating in debate contests. After working as a salesman for a while, he started teaching courses, during which he would help other salesmen improve their skills and teach businessmen to calm their nerves before giving presentations. These quickly gained popularity, leading to the creation of his own school. This school, a testament to his legacy, continues to thrive across all 50 states and 90 countries worldwide. In 1934, he transformed his courses into the best-selling book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It has evolved significantly over the years, even after his passing, when it was organized into distinct parts. Today, this masterpiece remains among the best-selling books of all time, continuing to find readers in countries across the globe. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world with a net worth of well over $100 billion, credits much of his success to Dale Carnegie. He revealed in a documentary,
"So in my office, you will not see the degree I got from the University of Nebraska. You'll not see the master's degree I got from Columbia University, but you'll see the World Award certificate I got from the Dale Carnegie course."
But why should you bother to read it? A question Carnegie himself asks in the book's introduction. His answer is as follows: dealing with people is probably the biggest problem you face, especially if you're in business. And that is also true if you're a housewife, architect, or engineer. Think about it. No matter our profession, interacting with other people is a fundamental part of our lives. This book goes beyond simply managing daily interactions. It's a guide for transforming these experiences into opportunities for personal and professional growth. With Carnegie's principles, you'll discover the immense value of becoming more influential and building more meaningful connections in all aspects of your life. So, let's dive into mastering the art of social skills for a richer, more fulfilling life. Al Capone, famously known as Scarface, was a notorious gangster in the 1920s, leading a criminal organization in Chicago. He engaged in illegal activities and orchestrated violent crimes, including the infamous St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Carnegie states that criminals like Capone often believed they were punished unfairly for their actions and were not criminals, but, in fact, champions of the people. "This is human nature in action," writes Carnegie. "Wrongdoers blaming everybody but themselves. But this doesn't only apply to criminals. We are all like that. So when you and I are tempted to criticize someone tomorrow, Let's remember Al Capone. Let's realize that criticisms are like homing pigeons. They always return home. Instead, we should try to be more like Abraham Lincoln, who chose never to criticize people. Lincoln's favorite quote was, "Judge not, that ye be not judged." As Carnegie puts it, any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do. But it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. Therefore, principle 1 is don't criticize, condemn, or complain. This means we shouldn't say mean things about others, strongly disapprove of them, or keep complaining about things we don't like. There's only one way to make other people do anything: by giving them what they want. Sure, you can force a gun to their head or threaten them, but those methods will cause you many problems later. On the other hand, Abraham Lincoln noted, "Everybody likes a compliment," aligning with William James's insight that the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Appreciation is not the same as flattery, though. If all we had to do was flatter, everybody would catch on, and we should all be experts in human relations. The difference between appreciation and flattery? One is sincere, and the other is insincere. One comes from the heart out, the other from the teeth out. One is unselfish, the other selfish. One is universally admired, the other universally condemned. How can you show appreciation? Try things like thanking someone directly when they do something nice. Let them know you've noticed their kind act. Alternatively, click the like button and subscribe, but only if you're enjoying watching this video. Principle 2 is give honest and sincere appreciation. Imagine going fishing, and instead of baiting your hook with worms, you use strawberries and cream because it's your favorite dessert. Carnegie humorously points out that despite our preferences, for some strange reason, fish prefer worms. What's his point? Everyone has different tastes. So why not use the same common sense when fishing for people? The trick is to give them what they want, not what you want. The world is full of people who are grabbing and self-seeking, writes Carnegie. So the rare individual who unselfishly tries to serve others has an enormous advantage. He has little competition. When speaking or writing to someone with a request, stop and ask yourself, how can I make this person want to do it? How can I frame this in terms of their wants? Principle 3 is, therefore, arouse in the other person an eager want. Let's remember these 3 principles when dealing with people. Next time you're interacting with others and things don't go as planned, instead of pointing out what's wrong or bad, try to be understanding and forgiving. When others do nice things for you or other things go well, make sure you give honest appreciation. And if you need someone to do something, don't focus solely on what you want. Consider what they want. Take a moment to think, how can I make this person want to do it? As we learned earlier, we all have a strong desire to feel appreciated. When people like us, it opens doors to opportunities, helps us make friends, and enriches our happiness through meaningful relationships. So, how can you make people like you? Did you know you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you? In other words, trying to impress others just to get them to like you will not lead to genuine friendships. Instead, focus on showing kindness and doing things for others with care and thoughtfulness. When you're selfless and thoughtful, you'll build more meaningful relationships. Principle 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. If you want someone to be happy whenever you're around, be sure to approach them with enthusiasm. It's the same reason why dogs are one of the few animals that don't have to work for a living. As Carnegie puts it, a hen has to lay eggs, a cow has to give milk, and a canary has to sing. But a dog makes his living by giving you nothing but love. All a dog has to do to win friends is be present and wag its tail enthusiastically. You may not have a tail, but the human equivalent is to smile. Make the effort to smile, even if it isn't genuine at first, because a smile shows your kindness and can make other people feel better. If someone has seen lots of frowns or unhappy faces all day, your smile will feel like sunshine piercing through the dark clouds. Even if you need to trick your brain into feeling happy by whistling, humming a tune, or singing, take charge of your thoughts. This can gradually make your happiness genuine. As William Shakespeare once said, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Principle 2 of how to make people like you is simply smile. A person's name holds immense power. It's a symbol of their identity and serves as a direct reference to who they are. The more you use a person's name, the more important they feel. If you forget their name or neglect to use it, they may feel less important or even disrespected. The average person is more interested in his or her own name than in all the other names on earth put together. Calling someone by their name is like paying them a subtle compliment. So, the next time you meet someone new, make a sincere effort to remember their name and try to use it several times in the conversation. Principle 3. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. If you're the type of person who struggles to talk to strangers, if you feel awkward at parties, or if you don't know what to talk about on a first date, the trick is to listen. Carnegie talks about a time when he went to a dinner and met a botanist. He found the botanist interesting and just listened all evening as the botanist talked about special plants and gardens. They talked until the party ended and everyone left. As Carnegie was leaving, the botanist praised him for being a most interesting conversationalist. In reality, Carnegie had barely spoken at all, but he had actively listened and was genuinely intrigued by the conversation. Thus, I managed to leave him with the impression that I was an engaging conversationalist when, truthfully, I had simply been an attentive listener, encouraging him to share. Principle 4. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. As true now as it was in Carnegie's day, people love to talk about themselves and to have other people be interested in them. One easy way to show interest in others is to talk about their passions. Whenever President Theodore Roosevelt was expecting a guest at the White House, he made a habit of staying up late the night before to study subjects he knew his guest would be interested in. He believed that the royal road to a person's heart is to talk about the things he or she treasures most. It's also an excellent tactic when it comes to negotiations, as it helps to find common ground and puts both parties in a comfortable position. Talking about their interests and showing genuine appreciation will benefit you both. That's why Principle 5 is talk in terms of the other person's interests. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. We should all find joy in doing things for others, even when they have little to offer us in return. If we are so selfish that we can't radiate a little happiness and pass on a bit of honest appreciation without trying to get something out of the other person, we shall meet with the failure we so richly deserve. If you want to feel important and for people to appreciate you, then you must do the same for them. As the saying goes, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. So, the next time you see someone having a bad day, take a moment to offer them a genuine compliment from the heart or some words of encouragement. It could make all the difference. Principle 6. Make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. To summarize, if you want to win people over, begin with a warm smile. Show true interest in who they are. Don't just memorize names, use them, and encourage them to talk, especially about their interests. We all want to be valued, so make others feel important with true sincerity. As Dale Carnegie wisely said, to be interesting, be interested. Now, let's dive into the next chapter to uncover the art of persuasion. It's like becoming a conversational magician. Abracadabra! And just like that, you've got people agreeing with you. No magic wand required. It's impossible to win an argument, because even if you succeed in making your point, you can't help but make the other person feel bad. Even if you're right, you end up making them dislike you, so it's a loss either way. In Carnegie's words, there's only one way under high heaven to get the best of an argument, and that's to avoid it. So, that's principle 1. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. How can you avoid getting into an argument? Instead of making an immediate enemy by telling someone they're wrong, just tell them you have a different perspective and encourage them to see things from both sides. This method helps calm down a situation that could turn into an argument. It avoids making the other person feel attacked, instead giving them the space to think more calmly and appreciate the discussion, as it is based on showing respect. Often, when people feel like they're being told they're wrong, they get defensive. But if we avoid making them feel that way, they'll be more open to looking at things from different perspectives. That's why principle 2 is to show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." Finding yourself in the wrong is like being in a scene from The Matrix. Admitting your mistake right away is your Neo moment, dodging the bullets of denial and embracing the truth. Any fool can try to defend his or her mistakes, and most fools do. But it raises one above the herd and gives one a feeling of nobility and happiness to admit one's mistakes. Admitting your mistake also means there's no need for someone to tell you off. You've already pleaded guilty. Now they're more likely to forgive you and show mercy. Principle 3. If you're wrong, admit it quickly and empathetically. This is another of Abraham Lincoln's favorite sayings. A drop of honey catches more flies than a gallon of gall. It means to begin in a friendly way, by being nice and inviting. It's best to begin any meeting with a drop of honey, because when we are gentle and kind, it's easier to guide people towards understanding our point of view. It's another way to win people over to your way of thinking. It's also important to not start conversations by disagreeing with the other person. Instead, the aim should be to keep them from saying no and to get them to agree with you as soon as possible. The Greek philosopher Socrates came up with such a method. He kept on asking questions until, Finally, almost without realizing it, his opponents found themselves embracing a conclusion they would have bitterly denied a few minutes previously. In other words, Principle 5 is get the other person saying yes, yes, immediately. Be careful not to control the conversation too much, though. You'll find you get a lot more out of the other person if you let them talk more. When you disagree with someone, it can be tempting to cut them off, but they won't listen to you until they're done talking. Just think of a time you've been angry and wanted to get something off your chest, only for the other person to keep interrupting you. It's extremely annoying, right? And I bet you didn't calm down until you said everything you wanted to. So, aim to be the bigger person by avoiding interrupting others. Whether in business or at home, when someone disagrees with you, remember to let the other person do a great deal of the talking. People don't usually like being told what to do. We like to think for ourselves and follow our own ideas. If you want someone to cooperate with you, don't worry about getting all the credit. It works better when you include them in making decisions and let them feel like they have a part in them. Let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. A major part of being successful with getting along with others is understanding that people may have different beliefs than ours, even if you think they're wrong. There's a reason why the other man thinks and acts as he does. Ferret out that reason, and you have the key to his actions, perhaps to his personality. Put yourself in their shoes to understand their needs. So, try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Once you can identify a difference in beliefs, you should try your best to be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and desires. Then, they'll most likely be willing to do the same for you. After all, everybody wants to be seen and heard. People typically have two reasons for doing things. One reason that sounds good, and then the real reason. Just like Al Capone claimed to be a man of the people, we all know that deep down, he committed his crimes because he loved the lifestyle with the money and power. Yet he claimed otherwise to appear more noble. This shows us that sometimes what people say isn't the whole story. It's important to understand the real reasons behind actions, not just the nice ones they share. Principle 10. Appeal to the nobler motives. Being truthful and honest will always work well, whether in business or personal relationships. But if you really want to grab people's attention, then do what they do in the movies. Dramatize your ideas. Think about The Godfather. It's not just a movie about a crime family. It's a cinematic masterpiece filled with drama, intrigue, and unforgettable characters. Just like in the movies, when you're sharing your ideas or stories, add flair. Use vivid descriptions, build suspense, and create emotion to make your idea come alive in their minds. By adding drama to your storytelling, you'll leave a lasting impression. Remember, people will remember not just what you said, but also, often more importantly, how you made them feel. So next time you want to grab someone's attention, channel your inner Don Corleone and add a touch of drama to your storytelling. If being dramatic fails to get people's attention, throw down a challenge. The way to get things done is to stimulate competition. Everyone enjoys a challenge. We all want to prove our worth, to excel, and to win. Ever wanted to persuade others or win them over to your way of thinking? Forget about being the godfather and making them an offer they can't refuse. Just follow these 12 principles. Begin in a friendly way, by encouraging agreement, and showing respect to others by listening to their perspective without ever saying, "You're wrong." Trying to understand their point of view, admitting your own mistakes, and encouraging them to talk without interruptions. If you want others to be cooperative, make them feel as if the idea is theirs. Be sympathetic with the ideas they share, and try to uncover the real reasons behind their actions, not just the ones that sound nice. If you want people to listen, then dramatize your ideas like they do in the movies, and inspire action by presenting an exciting challenge. One challenge to avoid, however, is arguing. That's just a lose-lose situation. But now, get ready for the grand finale on leadership. Picture yourself as the director of your life, ready to film your masterpiece. Cameras rolling. Action. Many people find it hard to receive negative feedback. Who wants to hear about their shortcomings, right? But if you want to be a great leader, honest feedback is necessary. Worried that giving criticism might make you the villain? Remember Dale Carnegie's words. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Maybe you've heard of the criticism sandwich, where you give negative feedback between two positives. For example, a sports coach might say, "You guys are putting a lot of effort out there. We need to tighten up our defense. But if we do that, I'm confident we'll come back and win this game." See? Praise, criticism, praise. It helps soften the blow and keeps everyone motivated to improve. As Carnegie puts it, beginning with praise is like the dentist who begins his work with Novocaine. The patient still gets a drilling, but the Novocaine kills the pain. As a leader, it's essential to give feedback that helps others learn and grow without discouraging them. Let's compare two ways of giving feedback. Version 1. We're really proud of the progress you've made, Sarah. But if you had worked harder, the results could have been even better. Version 2. We're really proud of the progress you've made, Sarah. And if you continue to work harder, we can't wait to see how far you'll come and what results you'll achieve. Clearly, the second version offers more encouragement and is more likely to motivate Sarah to work harder. A simple change in wording, such as substituting "but" with "and," can soften the impact of feedback while still calling attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Another way to influence people positively is by admitting your own mistakes before pointing out theirs. Admitting one's own mistakes, even when one hasn't corrected them, can help convince somebody to change his or her behavior. Ask yourself questions like, have I made similar mistakes in the past? Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. Rethink your strategy for giving instructions by presenting them as questions, like, what's your game plan for this? Not only does it spark creativity, leading to new ideas and better solutions, but it also makes orders easier to follow because people are more likely to accept an order if they have already had a part in the decision. So, ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Imagine you're in the challenging position of having to let someone go from their job. In such a sensitive situation, it's vital to prioritize their feelings and self-respect. Before delivering the news, put yourself in their shoes and think, how would I want to hear this news? Then adjust your approach accordingly. In other words, when giving bad news, let the other person save face. Don't embarrass them. Remind them of their best qualities and offer encouragement to move on. President Kennedy serves as an inspiring example of a leader who motivated an entire nation to achieve what seemed impossible, going to the moon. He understood the power of encouragement and praise in driving progress and inspiring people to reach for greatness. Kennedy knew what all great leaders know. One of the key tasks of a leader is to encourage others to grow. One way to do this is to offer praise at every opportunity. Jess Lair once beautifully wrote, "Praise is like sunlight to the warm human spirit. We cannot flower and grow without it. And yet, while most of us are only too ready to apply to others the cold wind of criticism, we're somehow reluctant to give our fellow the warm praise of sunshine." Carnegie takes note of this, and his advice is to praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Be hearty in your approbation and lavish in your praise. How do you motivate your team to do better? Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. That means reminding them of the successes they've achieved before. If they've triumphed in the past, remind them of those victories. You can also highlight a certain character trait you want them to embody, even if they haven't fully embraced it yet. If you tell someone they're a great listener and that you trust they'll do the right thing, they'll want to live up to that reputation and make more of an effort to do so. Encouragement is so valuable, whether it's at home with your family or at work with your employees. Mistakes are a natural part of life, but what sets some apart is their attitude towards failure. Take Sarah Blakely, for example. From a young age, her father not only accepted it when she made mistakes, but celebrated it. In fact, he would be disappointed if she didn't fail at something. Why celebrate failure? Because it's through our failures that we learn, grow, and ultimately achieve success. She learned that the only way she could really fail was by not trying. This mindset led her to become highly successful, with a net worth of over $1 billion. As Sir Winston Churchill stated, "Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm." No matter who you're trying to encourage, even if they keep making mistakes, use encouragement. Make the faults seem easy to correct. The best way to encourage someone is to make them happy. Just look at Google. They've invested in the well-being of their employees by offering free perks like food, providing gym memberships, hosting lectures, and running wellness programs. They also give their employees the freedom to spend 20% of their work week on a project of their choice, believing in empowering people with the freedom to pursue their passions. As a result, not only did employee satisfaction soar by 37%, but productivity also increased significantly. There are various ways to bring joy to people's lives, such as by giving them a bonus or a raise. You can also promote someone, entrusting them with more responsibilities. Offering incentives, giving praise, and empowering individuals with more influence are all great ways to make people happier, while at the same time, encouraging others to accept your decisions and do what you want them to do. That's why Carnegie's final principle for being an effective leader is to make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. If you aim to be an exceptional leader, remember the power of encouragement. Making people genuinely happy to contribute to your goals is essential. How can you achieve this? Engage them by asking questions instead of simply giving them orders. Praise their improvements, and establish a positive reputation they can aspire to. And what about handling mistakes? As a leader, it's crucial to provide feedback without demoralizing them, so avoid embarrassing them for mistakes. We all make them. Instead, Begin with genuine praise and appreciation for their strengths. Share similar mistakes you've made in the past. Indirectly address the mistake, like substituting but with and help them see their mistakes as a stepping stone for growth. By consistently encouraging others, even when they make mistakes, you create an environment of growth and success. Repetition is the mother of learning, the father of action, which makes it the architect of accomplishment. So, if you want to accomplish great things in your life, apply these principles and don't just watch this summary once. Keep watching it daily until you master these principles to improve your social skills significantly. We also strongly encourage you to dive into the book yourself, either by reading or listening. You can easily get your own copy of the book or audiobook by using the link in the description below. Get ready for more exciting book summaries to help you learn and grow. Coming soon, Meditations by the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius and Atomic Habits to show how small changes can help you achieve big results. The 4 Agreements with 4 Life-Changing Principles is already out now. Why not watch it next? And remember, it isn't what you have, or who you are, or where you are, or what you're doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It's what you think about it.